In this video, we're going to talk about something that can make your golden years truly feel lighter and happier. Many older adults in America carry hidden burdens, things like constant complaining, painful memories, grudges, or even the habit of comparing themselves to others. These burdens may seem small at first, but over time they drain joy, weaken relationships, and make each day feel heavier than it needs to be. The good news is, you don't have to keep carrying them. In this guide, I'll share 9 common burdens that often hold seniors back, and I'll show you simple, practical ways to release each one. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting your past or pretending life is perfect. It means choosing peace, freedom, and happiness in the years you have now. Before we get started, I'd love to know, where are you watching from? Drop your state in the comments below, and let's begin this journey together. Point 1. Constant complaining. One of the sneakiest burdens in old age is the habit of constant complaining. At first, it feels harmless. After all, it seems natural to mention the ache in your back, the rainy weather that keeps you indoors, or the way the world doesn't feel the same as it once did. Complaining feels like a small release, a way to share what bothers us. But over time, this habit does something we don't notice right away. It changes how we see life. It becomes a lens that makes everything look darker, heavier, and more hopeless than it really is. When complaining turns into a daily pattern, it begins to affect relationships. Friends may hesitate to visit or call, not because they don't care, but because they don't want every conversation to feel heavy. Family members may drift away, unsure of how to lift the cloud that hangs over every talk. And slowly, without realizing it, we also begin to feel trapped, as if our lives have nothing left to offer except problems. But here is the truth, complaining never solves the issue, it only gives it more power. The good news is, you can begin to change this habit with small, gentle steps. Instead of saying, "I'm so tired of feeling like this," try shifting your words to, "Today I will do one small thing to lift my spirit." That one thing could be sitting outside to feel the breeze, calling an old friend to share a laugh, or listening to a favorite song from your youth. These small choices may not erase the challenges, but they shift your focus. Complaining makes you feel like a victim, but choosing gratitude and simple action makes you the author of your day, and that's a much lighter way to live. Point 2. Talking only about health problems. Another burden that quietly steals joy in old age is the habit of talking only about health problems. Of course, our health is important, and it's natural to share when we are in pain, adjusting to new medications, or going through doctor visits. These things are a real part of daily life for many seniors. But when every conversation turns into a list of symptoms, surgeries, or pills, life begins to feel smaller and heavier than it really needs to be. A coffee with friends or a family dinner can quickly become centered only around sickness, leaving little room for laughter, storytelling, or creating new happy memories. Focusing too much on health talk also feeds fear. It trains the mind to notice only what is wrong with the body, instead of appreciating what still works. It can also make others feel helpless, unsure of how to respond beyond saying, "I'm sorry you're going through that." Over time, this can take away the warmth of conversations and replace it with tension or sadness. The key is balance. Yes, share your health updates honestly, but then gently shift the topic. Ask someone about a recent joy, a meal they loved, or a memory from childhood that makes them smile. You can mention the beauty of a sunset, a grandchild's laughter, or even a funny story from your own past. These simple redirections open the door for more connection and lighten the mood for everyone. Remember, your life is not defined only by illness. Your days are filled with experiences, wisdom, and joy worth talking about. By bringing more of those moments into your conversations, you not only lift your own spirit, you also gift encouragement and hope to the people around you. Point 3. Comparing yourself to others. A heavy burden many older adults carry is the habit of comparing themselves to others. It often begins quietly and almost without notice. You might see a neighbor driving a brand new car, a friend sharing photos of a big family gathering, or a cousin talking about their latest vacation. In those moments, it's easy to feel left behind, asking yourself, did I do enough with my life, or why doesn't my family look like that? These questions may seem harmless, but over time they plant seeds of doubt and sadness. The truth is, every person's life has struggles that are not shown on the surface. That neighbor with the shiny new car may also be drowning in debt. The family that gathers every Sunday may argue behind closed doors. Even those who appear to have it all often carry worries or disappointments that they never talk about. Comparing your life to theirs is like comparing your private story to someone else's highlight reel. It will always feel unfair. Instead of measuring your worth against others, focus on your own victories. Think about the storms you've weathered, the love you've given, and the wisdom you've gained through the years. These are treasures far greater than material things, and no one can take them from you. Your life is not less valuable simply because it looks different. It is uniquely yours, with its own lessons, joys, and meaning. When you stop comparing and start appreciating your own path, you begin to see the beauty in your story. Each challenge you've overcome is proof of your strength. Each act of kindness you've given is part of your legacy. And when you honor that truth, you free yourself to live with peace and gratitude in the years ahead. Point 4. Holding on to clutter and painful memories. Many seniors carry an unseen weight inside their homes, objects tied to painful memories. It might be a box of letters from someone who hurt you, jewelry from a marriage that ended, or a chair that reminds you of a person who is no longer there. These things sit quietly in corners, but every time you see them, they reopen old wounds. Instead of bringing comfort, they stir up sadness, regret, or loneliness. Letting go of these items doesn't mean erasing your past. It means giving yourself permission to live lighter in the present. Holding on to painful reminders keeps you stuck in yesterday, while releasing them creates space for new joys today. Start gently. Pick one item and ask yourself, does this bring me peace, or does it weigh me down? If it weighs you down, consider donating it, gifting it, or simply putting it away where you no longer see it daily. You'll be surprised at how much lighter your heart feels afterward. Your memories live within you, not in those objects. By clearing space, you invite fresh moments, new connections, and brighter days into your life. Point 5. Holding grudges and resentments. Another burden that quietly drains happiness in old age is holding on to grudges. Maybe someone in your family hurt you with words years ago. Maybe a friend broke your trust or a sibling disappointed you in a way that still stings. At the time, you told yourself you would move forward, but the truth is, the hurt stayed. Even now, when their name comes up in conversation or a memory suddenly surfaces, the pain feels as fresh as it did back then. The problem with resentment is that it does not punish the other person, it punishes you. It sits in your heart like a heavy stone, weighing you down day after day. It steals your energy, makes joy harder to feel, and blocks peace from settling in. Carrying anger or hurt for years does not heal the wound, it only makes it deeper and harder to release. Forgiving does not mean excusing what happened. It does not mean forgetting the pain or letting someone hurt you again. Forgiveness is about choosing freedom for yourself. It's about saying, I will not let this anger control my life anymore. One simple way to start is by writing a letter. Write down everything you feel, the disappointment, the sadness, the anger. Then, without sending it, tear it up or burn it safely. This act isn't for them, it's for you. When you release resentment, you create space inside for lighter emotions. Peace, calm, and even joy can return once the burden of bitterness is gone. Letting go is not weakness, it is strength. It is a gift you give to yourself, and it's one of the most powerful steps toward living your golden years with true freedom. Point 6. Toxic or draining relationships. As we get older, the people in our lives matter more than ever. The right people bring comfort, laughter, and encouragement. They remind us that we are valued and loved. But sometimes, we continue to hold on to relationships that drain us instead of lifting us up. It might be a friend who only calls to complain and never asks how you are. It might be a relative who criticizes everything you do, making you feel small. Or it could be someone who uses guilt to keep control, leaving you feeling responsible for their happiness. These types of relationships are like slow leaks. You keep pouring out your time, energy, and care, but in the end you feel empty, tired, and sometimes even resentful. Many older adults tolerate this because they don't want to appear unkind or cause conflict. But here's an important truth: protecting your peace does not mean you don't care about others. It means you care enough about yourself to set healthy boundaries. You can start small. Limit how much time you spend with people who drain you. Keep phone calls brief, or gently guide conversations toward more positive topics. You can even say, "Let's talk about something good today." At the same time, choose to give more of your energy to the people who make you laugh, who leave you smiling after a visit or phone call. At this stage in life, your peace is precious. You have carried enough burdens in the past. You don't need to carry the weight of toxic relationships now. Surround yourself with people who make your heart lighter, not heavier. You deserve relationships that bring joy, respect, and love in your golden years. Point 7. Over-explaining and always justifying yourself. Many older adults carry the habit of explaining every choice they make, almost as if they need permission to rest, say no, or enjoy themselves. Maybe you've caught yourself saying, "I can't come because I'm so tired," or "I bought this because it was on sale." Deep down, you feel the need to defend your decisions so others won't judge you. But here's the truth: you don't owe anyone an explanation for taking care of yourself. You've spent decades working hard, raising families, and supporting others. You have earned the right to rest, to say no, and to choose what makes you happy without guilt. Breaking this habit can feel uncomfortable at first. The next time you need to decline an invitation, simply say, "I won't be able to make it, but I hope you enjoy." No excuses. If you want to treat yourself, buy the scarf, the book, or the dessert without adding, "It was cheap," or "I needed it." Your choices don't need approval to be valid. When you stop over-explaining, you feel lighter and freer. You reclaim your time and your peace, and you remind yourself that your life belongs to you, not to anyone else's opinion. Point 8. Believing you're too old to start something new. One of the most common burdens in later life is the thought, "I'm too old to begin now." Maybe you've dreamed of learning to paint, playing an instrument, or even trying a new type of exercise, but then you tell yourself the time has passed. This belief quietly steals joy and keeps you from experiences that could bring fresh excitement into your days. The truth is, it's never too late to start. Small beginnings are powerful, no matter your age. Learning something new doesn't have to be about perfection or achievement. It's about curiosity, growth, and giving your mind and heart new life. Even 5 minutes a day with a new activity, whether it's writing in a journal, trying a puzzle, or learning a few words in another language, can spark energy you didn't know you had. Think about it: every day you wake up is a chance to write a new page in your story. Age doesn't close doors, it simply gives you wisdom to choose what matters most. By letting go of the belief that you're too old, you open yourself to joy, purpose, and the wonderful surprise of still growing. Point 9. Living with resentment toward yourself. Sometimes the heaviest burden isn't about other people at all, it's about how we see ourselves. Many older adults quietly carry resentment toward their own choices. Maybe you regret not saving more money, not spending enough time with loved ones, or making mistakes that can't be undone. These thoughts come back in quiet moments and whisper, "You should have done better." But blaming yourself for the past only steals the peace you deserve today. No one lives a perfect life. Every person makes decisions with the knowledge and circumstances they had at the time. Looking back with harsh judgment doesn't change the past, it only hurts your present. The way forward is self-compassion. Instead of replaying regrets, remind yourself, "I did the best I could with what I knew then." Speak to yourself as kindly as you would to a dear friend. Each scar, each mistake, is part of the story that shaped you into the strong, wise person you are now. Letting go of self-resentment is not about forgetting, it's about forgiving yourself. When you do, you make room for peace, joy, and gratitude to fill your days again. Secret bonus burden: feeling you must earn your rest. The hidden burden many older adults carry is the belief that rest must be earned. After a lifetime of working hard, raising families, and meeting responsibilities, it's common to feel guilty when you slow down. Maybe you catch yourself saying, "I'll relax after I finish all my chores," or "I can't sit down yet, I haven't done enough today." That mindset makes peace feel like a reward instead of a right. But the truth is, rest is not laziness, it's care. At this stage of life, rest is one of the most powerful gifts you can give yourself. It restores your body, calms your mind, and allows you to truly enjoy the time you've worked so hard to reach. You don't need to justify a nap, a quiet morning with a book, or an evening spent simply watching the sunset. Letting go of this burden means embracing rest without apology. Your peace is valuable and deserves to be protected. When you rest freely, you not only heal yourself, you also become a source of calm for those around you. Peaceful presence is a gift your family and friends will feel and treasure. We've now walked through 9 heavy burdens, and 1 hidden bonus burden, that often weigh down older adults. From constant complaining and grudges, to painful clutter, draining relationships, and even the guilt of resting, each of these can quietly steal joy from your golden years. The good news is, you don't have to carry them anymore. Even letting go of just 1 burden can make your days feel lighter and more peaceful. Remember, happiness in old age doesn't come from having a perfect life. It comes from choosing peace, from releasing what no longer serves you, and from celebrating the simple joys that are still in your hands. Every day is a chance to write a new page, no matter your age. So I'd love to hear from you. Which of these lessons touched your heart the most? Share 1 burden you are ready to let go of in the comments below. Your words may inspire someone else to take the same step. And if this message helped you, please like this video, share it with a friend, and subscribe so you don't miss future guides. Your happiness matters, not just for you, but for everyone who loves you.